All right, so I'm going to start by saying hello to everybody, and I'd just like to welcome Richard and Kate Madden, who are in our mortgage reduction program and doing a fantastic job. So we're here today to share their story. So I guess I'd first start by asking you how long you've actually been in the mortgage reduction program for.
I think it's about 18 months, coming up to the end of 18 months now.
Right. And when you first met us, when you first met us, when you found out some of the things that we were potentially going to be able to do for you, what were your initial thoughts and initial reactions to that?
Well, obviously it's a lot of money to be moving about, so you're always scared of that.
Bit skeptical?
Yes, but I mean everything's, with everything's skeptical. You've got to be skeptical on everything.
You should have a healthy dose of skepticism about everything. Absolutely.
But there is always that, and
yeah. And what was it that actually eventually made you decide to come in and see us?
I think we were sort of like we were really skeptical, and it seemed a bit pie in the sky to be able to, those figures were just too good to be true, it felt. But I was really very keen to try and change our financial situation. So I just couldn't see how listening and learning more and, just considering all of that information and then making a decision, how that couldn't be a benefit to us.
Cool. So when we met 18 months ago, roughly what was your mortgage at that time?
It was $386,000.
Okay, and how many years did you have left to pay?
We had
about 11 years. Okay. So now that you've been in the program for 18 months, do you know how much you've reduced it in that 18 months time?
Well, we've hit the $100,000 mark, which is I just find that astounding. It's so exciting and empowering to see inroads where there were none for many, many years. So it's incredible.
Yeah, you guys have done an amazing job. You've been very disciplined. You basically stuck to what your predictions were and everything. So that you've done an amazing job. So did you have to make big? That's a big number in $100,000 in 18 months. Did you really have to change your lifestyle a lot in order to achieve that?
A bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were prepared. We knew we had to, and it was just easier getting the guidance to do that.
Yeah. So do you think that the reason that you were able to make those changes was because you were sort of more educated about where your money actually went?
I felt like there was a goal. Like I could see that if we followed those steps, that something would happen instead of always feeling out of control. No matter what we did, or we could never sort of get ahead, and there was always some big bill or something that just knocked us over, and so it just just came to us at probably the right time too, with our not having really dependence. We've got one of our children is still at home, but he sort of ended up having income shortly after we started, so it was easier for that reason. What was
the hardest part about the program?
Well, paying the upfront fee, I suppose, but once it's involved, it's fine.
Yeah. And was the software in that you had to use? Was that difficult?
No, I don't do that.
So not for you. Okay, Kate.
I actually, it's quite tiny writing. That's probably my only criticism of it.
Yep.
But also, I think that Dave at eTracker, he was excellent, and he was always prepared to explain, and even if I felt really stupid, he would explain it until I understood, and if I forgot it between one month to the next, he'd go back over it, and if I did something silly, he'd fix it.
Yeah.
And you know, I've taken a lot of notes, so I still sometimes feel like I need to consult with him, which I did at the end of that 12 months, because everything had to be reset, and it all sort of, I just thought it would do that automatically, but I just gave him a call and he was on board and helped.
So when is it predicted that you'll actually have your home loan completely paid off now?
I think we are down to 7 years, but I feel like we might go a lot.
I think you're.
Because in the meantime, we've painted the house and we've still done that well. So, and we have a Queenslander, so that was not inexpensive.
Well, based on the report that I got before I joined the call today, I think your prediction is down to 4 years in total.
Oh, yay.
So that's, if you keep going the way that you are now, and there's probably no reason that you shouldn't, it should be paid off in a total of 4 years. So only probably another couple of years to go before you're there, before you're debt free. Well, mortgage free, let's put it that way at least. And what does that do in terms of, you know, future plans, and how does that change what you will be able to do financially for the rest of your lives?
Well, it's actually knowledge of what we can do is probably what we've learned more than anything else. Just rather than going into what are we going to do, oh, it should work out, but now there's a plan there.
Yeah, I've been shackled, I think, to paying off this mortgage for so long.
Yeah.
And, you know, in the back of your mind, you think, well, if you can't do it, you can just sell the house, But now I feel like we won't have to do that, and we will still have money inside. So that's really a very different scenario.
It's a very the banking and the financial system in Australia, I feel, is very much kind of rigged against the average everyday mum and dad. And that was, I think, one of the things that's always, you know, for the many years that I've been running this business, I always felt sort of, you know, like a bit angry, and I felt like we'd been kind of hoodwinked into this system where you've got to take 30 years to pay off a loan when in fact you don't.
The hardest thing, and it's because that we're used to paying off our homes in a traditional way, and to actually take that leap of faith to try something. And my dad's a bank manager, so he has, you know, that's what he's always, we just grew up with that, thinking that was the way, that's how you do it, and everything else, you know, you'd be highly suspicious of, because things can go terribly wrong. So you still have to be careful, obviously, but we're very happy.
Good, that is awesome. Yes. So what would your recommendation be to somebody who is thinking of joining the program but is not quite sure whether they should do it or not?
Just that it just provides long-term certainty post-mortgage. Just, like life is a bit more planned.
You can really empower yourself by taking this step.
Well, it's empowerment by giving you the power rather than
but it's very much a team effort. Like, I mean, you can only, it has to be a team effort. It's got to be us providing the structure and the plan and you know, the coaching or the ongoing service. But it's also, you know, you do have to take an active role in it. So it's very much a joint effort, I think, from both parties, and both parties have to be willing. But I guess, you know, for me, the thing is that I see that so many Australians, we grow up with a very traditional view of money, and it's almost like money is almost like a dirty word. Like, it's, you know, you don't talk about money. It's a subject that's, you know, kind of hidden over there, and we grow up with such negative attitudes towards money that we lack the financial literacy and education that we need in order to beat a system that's kind of stacked against us. So to me, sorry guys, to me, the importance is getting yourself educated. And I guess that's where you guys started out, with a healthy dose of skepticism, but you were able to then get the information and make an informed decision. And I think that's what a lot of Australians are lacking. So kudos to both of you for getting on board. And I love seeing these results. I really love it when the team share this with me, because I don't always get to sit face to face with clients. So I love it when I get these enormous success stories, and then I let them do all the hard work, and then I come in and get to do the fun stuff and talking to you about how great it's all going. So thank you very much for having a chat to us today, guys. I really appreciated that. And I look forward to seeing you in another couple of years when we've got a big fat zero on this.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome.